Okay. So this is new. The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. Open widget. Got it. I recommend you stream a bitrate of 1,000 kilobytes per second. Okay, that is the first time anything's ever actually tried giving me an update about so we're gonna take a moment. Okay, there we go. So capture moments as they happen. All right, stream is healthy. This is the first time anything's actually giving me feedback about how to make sure everything's looking okay. Oh man. How's everyone doing tonight? We are 2 hours late. And even though like I've just barely gotten started, I just want to apologize because I set a time and I'm seeing here one, two, three, four, 5 people. 5 people who showed up and I let y'all down. I just want to say I'm sorry. Because like, even though it was because of real life stuff that ended up happening, made it to why I wasn't able to show up on time. But it wasn't fair to y'all. Hi, Bikini Bro. How are you doing? Works for me because the original time started at my final anyways. How are you doing, Shane? Yeah, no, I was supposed to be home hours ago. Hi, Barter is best. Welcome. I'm glad to see all of y'all here. I'm actually just now eating. I should have been home about 4 hours ago, but something happened at work, making it where I couldn't leave. Long story short, my time got disrespected, and they expected me to stay yet another 2 more hours. So, yeah, that wasn't happening because we closed 4 hours ago, but something had happened, and they were like, "We need someone to stay." So, and then they kept pushing how long it would take for it to get fixed. So, after a certain amount, I said, "Okay, you guys disrespected my time for the last time, and I'm going home." What do you work? I am a technician for Valvoline. I'm currently waiting for them to give me my own store. I'm currently in line to be manager of my own store. Whenever that happens, don't know. But I've been a car technician for about 2 years now. And so my hours, my goodness, I actually have to turn my phone on silent. Yeah, I'm gonna have to silence that though, because that. But I'm gonna be. I need about like 5 more bites of this burger. I ended up coming home grilling up a burger out of frustration. I don't know if y'all ever like stress grilled a burger, but this burger is tough. This is the toughest burger I've ever grilled. But so I got an invitation for a game. I don't think they're online though. And on my PC account, we're not going to be playing any longer games. All the games we're going to be playing are going to be live games on this one. If you want to play slower games over time, Just find Tolby, but for the mobile version. So the one that looks like a little phone. Are you playing a game today? Absolutely. We're going to be trying to play games. I got a Discord set up so that way if people have replays they want me to analyze, they can post them with a brief explanation on this Discord channel, and then we can take a look see. Will you play me? Absolutely. I'm okay with playing people. Let's see. So go ahead. What is your name, Barter is best? What is your in-game name? Is there something that I need to look up, or are we already friended on the PC version? Awesome, go for it. So one heads up, I fixed the resolution for the stream, and YouTube, I kid you not, like out of all the sources, YouTube actually gave me some feedback on to try to improve the quality of the stream, to try to improve the quality of what y'all are seeing, because AT&T sure is not, and I have absolutely no other people. I've actually tried calling a lot of other internet companies saying if they can be out here, and they said, sorry, they can't. Did you add me on the PC one? Both of them are me, by the way, Barter is best. If you're looking up Tolby, Tolbby, both of them are me. I did a mobile. Yeah, so mobile, I play mobile games a lot slower. If we're wanting to play a game right now, you're going to want to friend the PC version. I mean, I'm okay for like this person right here. Opal Salsa. The ones and zeros threw me off. The number, well, it's not the number 2 because it starts off, yeah, and it's missing a digit. Alrighty, ELO 1236, pretty good. You've played 400 games, nice. Cleo, that is a no. Whee! And down you go. That's my burger. Alrighty. So, Barter is best. What are the settings? I don't want to play a large map because I kind of want to try to play and analyze multiple games. And I plan on streaming for about 2 to 3 hours. So, if I want to try to get in 3 or more games, they need to be of a smaller size. So I'm okay with a normal size, but nothing bigger than normal. Small would be perfect, and tiny is very restrictive, but I'll still do it. Just no Waterworld. If you want to create the game and add me. Are you okay with me picking random, or do you have a specific tribe you want to see? Actually, I'll do that for everybody else that's watching. Do y'all want to see a specific kind of tribe? We're going to be playing on dry land. I have one vote for birds, so that'd be Quetzali. But Quetzali's kind of a... Well, in 1 versus 1, Quetzali's the same tier as Zinji in the current competitive tier list. So I could play Quetzali. I do have all the tribes. On the PC version, I don't have the skins yet. I'll be getting them later. But this is not a good month for me to be spending little extra monies like that. I already spent too much fixing this PC. I also may need to consider some ambient background music, but I also want to avoid something that's going to give me copyright strike, so it's going to be quiet for now. At this current rate, it looks like we're going to be playing Quetzali. I got one more bite of this burger. I haven't had a homemade burger in forever. All right, let me put this plate away. I'm gonna open up my soda, and then we're gonna be picking our tribes. So if anybody else had any votes on in Barter's Best, you are allowed to vote on what tribe you want me to play as. I'm okay with that. Hi, Cleo. You're such a wonderful girl. Yes, you are. Oh, not anymore. Alrighty. Only fair if I let you pick anything you want, just no special tribes. That is perfectly fine. The only special tribe that would probably be okay in this situation is Aquarion. Yeah. Alright, based on votes, we're gonna go ahead and pick my favorite tribe. Quetzali. The Quetzali tribe worships the bird gods of the red soil and live in harmony with the natural symmetry of their cubistic jungles. They are commonly seen riding huge flightless birds. Quetzali starts the game with the strategy check. Oh yeah, Imo and or Aquarion in Drylands. Yeah, I mean they're really bad, but their late game. They have the strongest late game if you let them get to the late game. Music is loud there. Alrighty. You know what? We're gonna do a little bit of testing. So we're doing a little bit of balance. I set it to 30%. How is the music compared to? Because my phone is actually about to be dead, so I can't test it on my own. Is this balance between audio good, or is the music too, like, does music and sound too quiet? Let me know. Just when you open the menu? Yeah. Sounds good now. Music. Perfect. Let me know if it's too quiet. We're gonna figure this out one step at a time. We're gonna go ahead and pick Quetzali. What is it, Cleo? Alrighty, Opal. Let me know whenever you're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and decline this game, so that way I don't accidentally get them confused. But yeah, so I have my tribe picked. You told me you picked Shinji. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know I picked Quetzali, and I prefer you not to stream snipe, but I don't really care. We're gonna be playing this live, so gonna be doing the traditional opening as Quetzali. It is one of the it's one of the basic tribes when it comes to opening style. We're gonna move this away. Where when you open with Quetzali, you are opening in a way so that way as soon as you find your village, you're leveling up everything just fine. But you still need to expand at a decent rate. So we're gonna go ahead and continue to explore this away. Now, sadly, we didn't get to find exactly what we wanted to last turn, but we've got a good spread right over here. I'm trying to avoid spoiling too much. A cute dog, absolutely. Cleo is my dog. Tech-wise, sadly, even though it'd be great for the capital, we need to go organization. And also, based off of this, it looks like that Opal spawned in the north, so we're going to be picking up a workshop and ending the turn. Opal's doing pretty good on their time. So what we're going to do here is, because of this one singular tile that I'm seeing right here, I'm actually going to assume that Opal spawned right here. So we're going to go ahead and capture this village right here. We might as well capture both. There's no reason not to. But we're going to harvest this fruit, harvest this fruit, and we are going to explore. And there we go. We found them right away. How's it going, Ken Brooklyn? Aha! It was a tiny bit off from where I said I was going to be, but there's their capital. So we're going to go ahead and harvest this fruit. Harvest this fruit. Can you make the quality better? No, my internet is too terrible. I really wish I could, but AT&T is not so great as a provider. And since they currently only have a monopoly in this area, I am at their mercy. Don't get me wrong, I really do, but it's a lot better than having, because the worst thing that could happen is y'all would be at a permanent, just a green fuzz. If y'all want to actually be able to see what's going on, I actually have to lower the quality. We're going to harvest this fruit, harvest this fruit, harvest this fruit, and we're going to go ahead and pick up the resources. We're going to be moving our defender out to hopefully pick up one of these two villages. In theory, hopefully both. But there's nothing I can do. I'm not going to be training any units this turn. It is better this way. Yeah, for people that have been watching the past couple days, know that, this is... This... Oh my gosh! You gotta be kidding me. That's rough. So, Opal immediately gets the veteran swordsman. Man, that is rough. We're going to move our defender this way. So, what they're going to do with their warriors, they're going to move onto this mountain. And they're going to be able to see that this swordsman going to move to this tile. And then I won't be able to capture this village. So, we're going to actually be going south. We're going to be training... You know what? We're going to pick up hunting first. We're going to hunt. 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 Get level 3. Resources. We're going to get riding. And we're going to train a rider. We're going to go ahead and move this warrior over. Wow, that mountain there is rough for me. One unit to go down, my bad. Yeah, so the best direction that the swordsman can go is directly south. Oh, this village is ours. Oh, gosh. Well, the only thing that can be done here... Alright, so they're going to be leveling up Shuyo. Yep, so they're going for that quick level. That's a good level 3. So beelining, they notice right over here, we already see that they have a forge. We can't get this village, but we can get these ruins. But we will be claiming this village right over here, which gives us somewhat of an advantage. So we're going to go ahead, move this defender to the ruins. We're going to move our warrior up, and then we're going to move this rider over here, and zip it. We'd actually just zip it directly down over here. I was thinking about doing something else, but that's actually currently the best line of play. We're going to train more riders. How much do I need for roads? Can I get roads if I train one more rider? I can. And actually that's... Well... I can't do everything I want to do, so we're gonna go ahead and just train a whole bunch of riders and pass the turn right there. We're gonna concede this village. We actually can fight for the village, because if he moves the warrior there, we can use both these riders here, and this is why riders are really strong. Keep it up, bro. The lack of views does not define the content. Thank you very much. I actually really do appreciate that. So here's the question of... So if I move this defender to the village, swordsman can go over here. I claim the village, and then they can get this. And I can't take everything. I might be able to. However, the moment that giants start to happen, I'm in a heap of trouble. Wixington KO. Keep it up, bro. The lack of views does not define the content. Yeah, so it's mostly because I'm too inconsistent. We're gonna high roll here. I really probably should go for the village. Well, but they didn't train swordsman here. You know what? We're gonna go for the village. Too many times in the past I've actually done it to where we're gonna move it down over here, and then we're gonna kill this warrior, and I'm actually gonna threaten both villages because I want him to spend a lot of resources on units this turn instead of other things. And then forestry or roads. Roads would be better. We're gonna go ahead and train pick up roads here. We're not gonna level up this village in case. Well, actually, well, that was really dumb of me. Yeah, I threw the village away. If I go there, 1, 2, 3, 4, I can. Wow, that was a massive misplay on my part. We're gonna go there, and then we're gonna train 2 warriors. And then we're gonna pass the turn. That was not good on my part at all. I should not have actually trained roads. I should have spammed out more riders. Level 3. The issue is it's only level 3. I mean, it's a free... Oh, boy. Just don't border expand. Go for pops, please. Okay, good. He knows what he's doing. And there's the first giant. That's a snowball effect if I've seen anything right there. The roads play does allow me to do something, though. Yep, so they're going to start leveling up their capital. There's another giant. And then a swordsman. Well played. However, I'm not lost yet. Not nearly close. We're actually still doing pretty... Why did you attack there? Alright, we rode. We rode. Warrior. Warrior over there. Warrior over here. Bop -a -bop -a -bop. Rider. Bop -a -bop -a -bop. And then this rider frees it up. He needs roads, which he can't get, so this village is mine. Gonna go right over to there. We're gonna move this rider down and try to expand some more. We're gonna go ahead and capture and recover. Then we're actually doing okay, so we're gonna hunt. We're gonna hunt and get a workshop in the turn. So now our economy's doing better. That's perfectly fine. So the tricky thing I have to figure out... Yeah, total misplay. You're not wrong. I mean, looks like we're doing okay. The issue is I've got 2 giants at my door. So there is a Anyone knows what determines retaliation damage? Yes. So whenever you're attacking, you're comparing your attack to the opponent's defense. So two warriors, they both have 2 attack and 2 defense. So when they hit each other, they're at full health. They're both going to do 5 damage. The amount of health a unit also determines how many stats it adds. Mountains and forests with archery give defense bonuses. Yes. So whenever you have a defensive bonus, it also improves the defense by half. There are calculators out there to help with it. So I'm going to lose this village if I connect. We're going to road. Road. And then harvest fruit. Harvest fruit. City walls. I'm going to move up here. Okay, there's the village. Oh, gosh! How did I not see that? Hunt? Actually, we're not going to hunt. We're going to train a rider here. And then we're just going to train a whole bunch of riders. At this current moment of time. Well, I'm actually just train one more rider. I'd rather be rider spamming right now. Is there anybody else I want to move, or are we just healing? We are just healing at this current moment, ending of the turn. Let's see. I was surprised that a 10 HP catapult didn't die when it hit a half HP giant at close range. Does retaliation base itself off of enemy's health before or after? Before. It does it it calculates before. Oh, wow. No riders are shown immediately skips to roads. Very interesting. So, Toby, where you been? Work, and very frustrating times. And they completely disrespected my time, just to put it nicely. Can you explain why not try to capture some village and down? I am actually currently trying to. But I'm currently... I'm dealing with something right now. At my doorstep. The good news is I'm going to be able to take care of all this just fine. It's just not going to be easy. It's okay. Thank you, Wexington KO. Let's see. Giant's about to mess you up. One of them. I can build a city wall at Choka, but I'm most likely going to lose the city of Jael. One, two, three. Well, if I already had forestry, I could have giant pushed here, but I don't. So we're not gonna worry about that. I will, however, still connect 2 roads here for population growth. And, well, I mean, I can unsiege, but it's going to get sieged again next turn. We're going to road. Network Bazaar. The Grand Bazaar! We're going to hunt for city walls. And we're going to go bop, run this down. Move it over here. Oh, I misplayed. Who am I kidding? I'm fine. Nope, I'm not fine. I gotta build a road here. So now we're gonna threaten 2 cities again. And I'm actually just going to put the rider there. It's actually pretty much a mistake to do that. We have to train a defender here. And there's no point in training a warrior here. I ran out of time. 2 monuments. I do have 2 monuments. You are 100% correct. Nope, that doesn't do it. A walled up defender is too strong. So I only have 1 of my metropolises right now. I think you get giant push. I do not currently have forestry. I've been unable to pick up forestry for a bit. I opted roads instead of forestry, which right now is what's keeping me alive, but it's not allowing me to thrive, is the issue. What do we get here? Swordsman! Oh, boy. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm currently at a loss of what I should do right here. We're gonna move you up, get that kill. We're gonna just defend right over here. We're gonna get forestry. Hunt. Workshop. I'm gonna assume I could do everything I need to. Hunt. Oh shoot. Chop. We're gonna do a lot of chopping. Hunt. Ah, I can't move my mouse fast enough. Hunt. Hunt. City walls. Park Fortune. Grand Bazaar. Get off my city. Claim. Run. Enter. Arg! Can't click fast enough. Sorry about that. So the next follow-up is I need lots of riders. Well, I'm actually about to get swordsman spammed. Alrighty, so I'm just trying to plan ahead in my head. The issue is I'm not really getting any plans in my head. I can do a giant push over here at a Choka. How many do I need for a killer monument? Still need more. At this point, I need to be pre-moving everything, which I am currently failing to do. So we're actually going to move you right over here. We're going to go ahead and move down here. Start moving this giant forward. And pick up climbing. I'm going to start pushing forward. Rider. I'm going to move you there. Need a defender. Rider. Rider. And we're going to let everything heal up at this current moment. Now this boost here. We're gonna end the turn. Oh, let's see. Vice Fortune, chop ball. I mean, you're not wrong. It's just a live timer, and I'm not used to the mouse. This is my 7th game on the PC. One pop off from giant pushing the one swordsman. Yes, you're not wrong. Oh, that works too. Very nice. A lot of this would be easier if I didn't have to reach all the way across on the screen. If I had some quick, if I had hotkeys I could do, it'd be a lot better. But believe it or not, this game probably is about to be over in just a moment. Yep, so they're going to go ahead and siege that. How close am I to the killer monument? Can I kill 3 units? 1. No. I cannot. Well, both of his warriors here, well, actually, one's a swordsman, one's a warrior, are on mountains, so they can't road forward and steal this, but it's still not good for me. What I need to do is avoid too much of a mass of swordsmen right now. And well, I mean, the issue is I'm failing. He got another giant? Nice. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of giants. I do not have enough units to kill this, but I can giant push. Alright, so we're going to first claim this. Another swordsman! We're going to harvest the fruit. Harvest the fruit. Harvest the fruit. Yeah, notice I'm having... It's... Oh, shoot. And then lumber hot. We're going to population growth. Lumber hot. Lumber hot. And there we go. So that's a giant. We're going to move you up there just to be annoying. You're welcome. And... you know what? We're going to go over here, bop, 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 and just kill that and step on the mountains with that unit. We're going to road. Road. So we're doing this to get 1 pop back over here, and then we're going to hunt for a workshop. Harvest fruit. Harvest fruit. And you guys are probably saying I need to be chopping a lot more. But when put on a time crunch in this very situation, I don't do very well with last minute chop plays. Not gonna lie. So we're gonna just kind of move everything forward a bit, because I don't have enough time to do everything I want and need. We're going to warrior. We're going to road you forward to here. And we're going to train a rider in this village. This defender can go... Actually, it's going to stay... It's going to... We're going to put it right here, just to be annoying. Yeah, oh, Lomberhot. Cool. So we're going to start killing off their giants. I wish I had more time. Alright, what do I need to be doing? I need to be pre-planning everything. So we're going to be using this veteran. My gosh, another giant! I can get mathematics next turn. I think I'm doing that next turn. I think I'm just going to pick up mathematics and start going the defensive siege plays. I'm also want to kill this swordsman. Oh my gosh, another giant. Right over here. Bop. Dead. That's the killer monument. We're gonna retreat y'all both back over here. Y'all are gonna start healing up. Run you up over here. Bop. Run you up over here. Bop. Run you up over here. Bop. Gonna go ahead and just trade mathematics. And I'm gonna move you over here. Move you on this way. Bop. And run you all the way back. Let's get that. Get a catapult. Gonna actually let that heal. And we're gonna just move this warrior back a pace. We're gonna keep that defender there because it's an annoying position. There's nothing else to do. Let's see. Get your steamed twigs here. So Jael's gonna get sieged. I don't think I can unsiege it. The issue is it's actually really annoying to deal with in this case. So I can't unsiege both. I gotta let this city go. I did opt for the catapult, but it's the better long-term play. That's absolutely right. Bop. Bop. He's tired of this defender. Oh, yeah, that's a... How much damage does this do? 12. Man, I gotta use... I just don't have enough units here right now. I need to be spamming a lot more units at this current moment. But we're doing an okay job at dealing with all these giants. Alright, swordsman spam. So we're going to lose Jael, and that's okay. It did its job. It did great. Not going to lie. It was a good city. It's going to be really hard to take back, though. Bop. There, good enough. And then I'm gonna throw you in so that way I can kill you. We're gonna train a rider here. Bop. And we're gonna build one road, 2 roads. Run over to here. Harvest fruit. Hunting. That's gonna be that. We're gonna harvest a whole bunch of fruit. Resources. At this point, I do want to train a catapult here. So we're going to clear this forest. And train a... shoot, I actually can't train catapults. I need more units. I got to train a catapult here. We're going to go ahead and move there. And that's it for the turn. We're going to move this defender back so he can kill it with the swordsman, and it's a free kill for my giant. Oh, man. This is a lot of giants. So this catapult's going to move back. We're going to be retreating just a little bit. But once we have a steady line of catapults, we can just slowly push forward. Because swordsmen are too slow, even with roads. If you use catapults correctly, you can't use catapults offensively, but if you make it to where you can't die, well then you can't lose. Oh, there's a catapult. Is that an offensive catapult? I mean, it's a decent attempt at another offensive catapult. By the way, heads up, I'm probably losing this game, but until I know 100% without a doubt that I can't win this, we're going to keep playing. And right now I still have that little instinct that I actually got a chance. There's no text for me to train, so we're going to go ahead and collect here. We're going to build a road, and then we're going to hunt. It's a workshop. We're going to hunt. We're going to hunt. Harvest fruit. Resources. And we're going to train a warrior here. You can move there. We're going to train another catapult. Rider. We're going to build a road here. Wow. I got to reduce that way. Multiple roads had to be built just for this. And because he wants to hit my stuff. Alright, this needs to heal, and this needs to move over here. What is this rider doing? Nothing at this current turn. Oh man, I needed one more rider. Wow, that is frustrating. Let's see. Yo, Wonton, how'd you change your name? I think you just do that. Yeah, you just go to your YouTube profile and change it. It's that simple. So you opted to focus on this siege over here instead, which you should always attempt to siege as often as possible. So, excellent play. Oh man, roads all the way down over there. It's actually amazing that... Oh no, he had the vision because of that. Alrighty. It's too late now, but I usually prefer not having... Yeah, that's... I mean, you can still change it. You can change your name to whatever you want. No one, like, except for creepy people, no one's gonna memorize exactly what you had long ago unless you're, like, really famous. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, okay, cool. And then that'll be that. So, it's entirely up to you. I've been using Tolby for so many years. How am I doing? How am I gonna come out of this? Man. Oh, another giant. My goodness. Yeah, I'm most likely losing this. 15. Dang. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we build a road here, Oh, shoot, I'm 1 damage short. Darn it. Don't think there's any... Yeah, there's a village all the way back here, but... Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I could put up a valiant defense, but at this rate, I'm dead. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Well played. I can definitely... I can draw this out, but I think it would be more interesting to... play more games. Very well done. That was very well played. So let's take a look at that and see where things went wrong. You're gonna review one of my games? Absolutely. So I think I have set up in the description a link for a Discord. The Discord is, you know, basically empty, but it's specifically just for a section for replay submissions. Let me jump back, check the... Oh, edit settings. Oh yeah, so in the description you'll find a Discord link that is to a channel that right now is currently has absolutely zero love put into it, but there is a spots specifically for replay submissions. I'll probably make it look nicer later if this ends up being a more permanent thing we end up doing. Good game. Mind if I make a video about it? Go for it. But yeah, we're just gonna do a quick review of this. So if yeah, there we go. So we got one person that was already arrived. But yeah, so I have the only request I have is if you post a replay, don't just post the link. Give a brief description of what specifically to look out for, or if you're having, or if you're wanting some specific kind of feedback, because I can do general feedback, but I don't know if y'all probably watched my YouTube videos where they end up being close to an hour, and lately that's after doing editing. I end up working about like 2 hours on one of those, just going through the footage, and then first time I go, oh yeah, no, I should have done this better, and then I start over. I'm going to share a Quetzali mirror for that me and my friend did. Okay. And bam, it's like, hey, Peebus, we play a lot of games. So that's who you are. Oh, man. Working on a tech strategy for, Shinshi. Yes. So you actually did pretty well. You had a good start. Warrior right off the bat, explore in all directions. You also got a pretty good spread of villages to go in all directions. Let's see. So I actually felt pretty confident about my start too. So if I had a little bit of more time and was more used to the PC, I bet I could have put up a better fight in that mid game. I do blame running out that moment where I ran out of time. I could have done a lot more on that turn, but yeah, that was that's my fault for being too slow with this mouse. I'll get used to it. I'm always posting on the Reddit that you always have plenty of time, and if we play on my phone, yeah, I'll be able to do everything just fine. I easily could have done all those plays I wanted, and we're gonna go over pretty much where. Oh man, I mean that is beautiful. Who doesn't love that? Too bad that this village is in this terrible spot and it needs to be just one tile over, you know? This village needs to be one tile over. Because then you could have had, oh man, that is, not gonna lie, that is very beautiful. Alright, I already see that we have one replay, so we'll take a look at that in just a moment. But yeah, so we have like this is a pretty decent start that I had. Honestly, it's just, this was a great game. I enjoyed it. You played that well, and that was a well-deserved win, and we're gonna go over exactly why. I had an excellent explore, and at some point, wow, you went full eco. Man, I wish I could have punished that. Because, yeah, there's no point in going... So you're going to want to do that. You do need to pick up a, Explorer at some point. Which you do. Well, I think you do. Man, even after winning all these early game fights, I felt so proud, too. And then I blew it because I ran out of time. Man. I have a huge smile on my face right now. Just, this was a beautiful game. I also haven't been playing live games enough. As we get further on, I'll be able to do a lot more of these plays a lot better. The strategy is aggressive, eco, get swordsman, furnace, and spam giants. I mean, in general, that's what you want to... That's how you generally play Shinshi. The issue is they are very spawn dependent. Because, like, even after you had this beautiful swordsman, notice, like, I was able to fight it off just fine right over here. So you're able to get these multiple giants out, but I could have defended all this a little bit better if I had slightly more time as used to the mouse. So I forget exactly which moment it was. So right over here, you know we know that you can't kill that, and I forgot what I did with this rider. This rider did not do very well this game. But right over here, because of how this went, I already have roads, and if I get this village, that is the Grand Bazaar. I do need to improve on being able to use my monuments in live games. I've never been that great when it comes to using monuments in live games. But yeah, this rider should not have stayed there. The rider needed to move back and start exploring further in the back. I did not realize that you had this village all the way over there. But yeah, so at this point, I think it's next turn is where things get pretty dicey for me. Yeah, so I think this one, even though, like, you just look at that bar, mine has so many more actions. But, I just didn't have enough time to do everything I needed to. It's also really hard to live stream and talk about stuff and still play at the same time. So, because we got the city wall over here, so it's going to be a while. You're going to need multiple units just to bypass this. I was expecting both giants to immediately go here. I was not expecting this giant to go after Jael. But you did the right thing in trying to constantly siege and be aggressive. That is the right play to be doing in a situation like this. So it is this turn right over here that I had run out of time to do everything that I wanted to. Because if I had more time, I also could have giant pushed over here. At least I'm pretty certain I could have. So, right over here, this village over here, I really don't care too much about this. I really just need it at level 3, so I'd be okay with chopping a few things. I don't need these woods over here. It would be great too, but at this point I need to survive, and if I could giant push, that'd be great. So we already have the road network, so we can just go right over here. That's a level 1, 2, 3. That's another level, and then I guess I am just a little bit short. I really do feel like I have the answer. I've been playing a lot of non-live games lately, so this really is a solution. If y'all took a screenshot of this, you can giant push right here. I 100% guarantee it. Gotta halt your economy. I mean, you're not wrong, but you also have to remember at this current moment, I'm at the doorstep of your capital. I only have to take one of your villages in order to win, and if I just take this giant, start moving it inwards, this giant goes over here, I create a giant over here. You have to focus everything on defending this part, which you do know that you can create at least one more giant. But all I have to do is win this one city in order to win the game. And if I could have giant pushed right over here to where I wouldn't have lost all this tempo on this side, that would have completely changed the outcome. But because I wasn't able to, y'all got to see that he managed to capture the city right over here, and it was a very well, beautifully played slow win. There were... I probably would have recommended... I mean, it seems counterproductive, but you want riders. So with you could use your swordsmen as initiators to the combat because swordsmen are slow. But with riders, they can zip in, they can get a kill, and then get all the way back out. Because catapults are slow, swordsmen are slow. You would have been able to slowly push, but had this gone slightly different, this strategy you would have noticed. Because all I was planning on doing is just rider spamming. But for me, right now, this mouse is too slow. But yeah, that was a beautiful game. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the next one. So we have from Wonton in I believe he said a Quetzali. All he posted on the notes is, "Why did I lose? I'm green." So we'll go ahead and see. Yeah, go. Yeah, go always allow. All right, so man. See, this, first off, before we go all the way, this is the whole reason why I wish we could choose our colors in Polytopia, is I would always be playing as orange, because look at this. Just orange Quetzali is beautiful. It is... I preferred playing as the color orange. Anytime I always get the chance to, I always end up playing as orange. But orange Quetzali, orange Illyrion. Have you seen the orange dragon? It's just beautiful. All right, moving on. So Wonton is green. They both do the start of moving their defenders and training a warrior. That is the traditional... That is the better way to be playing as Quetzali. But orange already started off with a little bit of a mistake. The defenders need to be pushing towards the center of the map. Defenders need to be pushing towards the center of the map. If you lose the fight towards the center, Quetzali is... despite Quetzali having all the resources in the world, Quetzali is too slow. They won't be able to get that center back. They have to start off with the center. And then they have to defend and hold it. It's all in their nature, and that's why they have the shields. So, defender, warrior, splitting up, good spread. Picks up the climbing. Interesting. So you're gambling that this ruin is going to be worth picking up the climbing tech. I was orange. Hi. I can't pronounce that. I'm going to... Fasald? We're just going to say orange Quetzali at this. I'm probably Fasald. Climbing was a bad move. In general, yes, sometimes it can really pay off, but in this situation... So Quetzali does not get a lot of mountains. I really wouldn't say climbing was the best option in this moment. The village spread for green is excellent. And honestly, it's going to be an uphill battle for orange to win. And of course, we're being told, why did he lose? Well, first off, population... right over here for orange is great. Come on. Oh, I'm sitting here wondering why the resources are wrong, and I already forgot that they picked up climbing. Yeah, you should have been leveling up your capital with organization here. 5 stars to gamble makes more sense to get organization. Yeah, because organization will level up your capital and help you get where you need to be a lot faster. I mean, in lower level games, you can get away with anything, so... since this isn't, like, really top competitive play, this is an okay move. It's okay to gamble, but in general, you want the villages. I've lost too many games where I go for the ruins. In this situation, I've had so many games where I go, okay, there's a village right behind, let me get the ruins first. And then I end up losing this village because I go for the ruins. So, for your orange, this is an okay move. As you get better, you're going to realize it's not going to be that great. But early on, when you're still learning, this is an okay move. It's not super terrible. You normally want to increase your economy, but this isn't a terrible move. But... when you have this village right behind here against faster tribes, sure, you probably knew y'all are both doing a Quetzali Mir, but against faster tribes, you would have lost this village and lost the game. And my advice, it's better for you to move forward, get this village, continue to move forward with this defender, train a warrior, and then go back for the ruins. because these ruins, once you have this village, I mean, unless something goes really wrong, those ruins are yours. And you should continue to be trying to expand. Does anybody want to play against me? Alright, well, let's see. And so, continues to expand pretty well. That's not a bet. So this was a good time to explore. I just feel sorry that the explorer went that direction for you. What is this village density? Well, so you know that there's a village over here. So despite seeing nothing... Wow, that is a huge field of corn. Corn. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that much corn and so densely packed in such a large area. That is so much corn. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss of words. That's a bummer, my friend. So gonna go over, claim those both. Good play. Level up 1. Excellent. This time, go ahead and pick up workshop. Good. Well, actually, so it's good unless you know... Well, so you know your opponent's not there because assuming that everyone's playing well, you would have seen them here. So yeah, no, it's good that you picked up the workshop over here. So good play. Levels up the capital. Excellent play. Gets 2 captures. Please tell me you explore. Nope. And that's double workshop. Alrighty, so at this point, you don't know this yet. But, well, actually you do. So let me turn off shared fog so we can see exactly what Green is saying. Because Wonton is asking why did they end up losing this game. You lost because your opponent made a very greedy play and you didn't punish them for it. As you can see here, your opponent got this village, and either they got this village and just got a workshop because they already had the village, the vision, or they got something more in the center and they explored over here. Oddly enough, the answer here is neither. So they went ahead, got this workshop over here, and now your opponent, Orange, is fighting blind. They have no idea what's going on. They're going full economy. How do you beat that? Well, you have what they don't. Information. At this point, you really want to try to get level 3 in all of your villages. The better goal is you want each of your villages to be able to afford a rider. If you have enough income so that way all of your villages can afford a rider, you're doing okay. You want more than that, but it's Idaho. You want more than that so that way you're actually able to save up for technologies, but once you're able to, you want to pivot in general into riding to get riders and race your opponents all the way out here, because you can see this. And because you have the vision and they don't, those riders are going to be able to move 1 to like they're gonna be able to move to all these villages way faster, and you can claim more than half the map. If you get more villages than your opponent, then you're just gonna slowly starve them out to death. So at this point, you almost have enough economy to do what you need to do. Go ahead and get well, you can't pick up the technology you want this turn. So what you should be doing, this warrior over here needs to go for this village, because you'll be able to win... Well, you won't necessarily be able to win that race, but you can prevent your opponent from being able to move too quickly with this defender. This is really a tough spot, because so yes, this warrior can win the race right over to here. You know, just because of how Quetzalli works, you definitely know that there's a village right over here. These guys are going to be moving north. You might as well save your units for a turn. Next turn, pick up riders, get a couple... I don't know, it's tricky. This is a tricky-ish spot. Maybe level up all your villages first. It's mostly because your economy is doing okay. You just need riders and then to expand faster. If you can get more villages, it doesn't matter that they got workshops. If you just have more cities, you're going to train more units, and then you're going to be able to win trades just by numbers. So you're going to go ahead and get level 3. Oh, I didn't realize you could get level 3 here. So yeah, you might as well just get level 3 in as many of these villages as you can. No, that's excellent. This is exactly where you need... Ah, and then you train warriors. Oh, man. You did exactly what I was afraid of. Alrighty. So sometimes whenever you're playing, you should be playing for figuring out what you're doing next turn. So in this case, you got a rider, but think about it. If you didn't train these warriors, you could have trained 2 riders back here in both of these cities, and then on the turn after that, they would have moved just as far as if they were warriors, except the turn after that, you would have had more distance. In my opinion, riders are actually overpowered, but because of the way the game is set, they can't really be nerfed. So you're going to get a good spread of things, and aha, there's mistake number 2. So, I don't know how many people saw what ended up happening over here. I'll give everyone about 15 seconds. What ended up happening over here? What was the mistake? Bop-a-da-bop-a-da-bop, and then that was that. What's the mistake? Who knows what ended up happening over here? This is actually a very common mistake that a lot of newer players end up making. Is you'll use a unit, bad placement. Well, that's one of them, but bad placement of bounce, that is one. But the second thing that ended up happening is you attacked a unit without the intention to kill. Because what Orange can do, I bet you this is not what Orange did. What Orange did is they moved their warrior forward and then killed this rider, and then you move forward and killed. I guarantee you this is exactly what ended up happening here, and we haven't even got to that spot yet. But what Orange can do here, they can heal this warrior up, and then they can start moving everything else forward. So whenever you're attacking, you should always attack with the intention to kill. There are of course plenty of exceptions, but this one is not one of them. You have the rider trained here. This is definitely not a good bit of engagement. Did not retreat. Yeah, so this rider needed to actually go all the way here into the back. And it would have been okay for you to just move the rider back one space and then train your warrior here. That actually also would have been a perfectly acceptable play. But yeah, so you're gonna train a rider over here, and you're not gonna train a rider over here. You should have trained unless you're pop cap. No, you're not. So you should have also trained a rider here at a Yaja or Yaha. I don't know which way Quetzali would intend to do that. If I healed warrior, wouldn't he have just killed it, and would it have been the same? Sort of. So this one gets complicated without me being able to just draw and move units around. So let's say that you healed this warrior over. In order for green to have killed this orange warrior, this warrior would move forward. The warrior has to hit first, and then the rider goes forward and finishes the job, moves away. Then this warrior moves forward, kills the warrior. And this ends up being a silly trade. All in the while, you're able to start moving your units forward, and you're actually slowly winning this, because now this rider is still at 5 health, and then this warrior can kill it off. Pretty much any way possible. So, in other words, green would be setting themselves up for failure by trying to do that, and all you had to do was heal. So, it would not have actually been the same. It actually would have been a win for orange by just healing. Sure, this unit would still die, but then all of green's units would be dead. If shield hits 5 HP rider, it's pretty much useless too. So I can't select it, but shield can only do about like 3 damage to this rider. This rider has 1 defense, but oddly enough, this full HP shield can't kill this 5 health rider. It'll only bring it down to about either 2 or 1 health, just because of how the math ends up working out. Defenders really can only finish off units with 2 or less health. Unless they have a lot of defense, then they have to have 1 health. But you can use that to your advantage. Well, I guess 3 or less health, depending on the unit. But if you know how to play Quetzali correctly, you can use defenders to siege cities, and then it's a guaranteed siege in the early game. So Orange is going to go ahead and go over here. So it ended up playing off exactly as I had said, where Orange went over, killed the Rider, and then Green moved down and killed the 5 HP. Now this ends up being an equal trade between the two players and still sort of a stalemate, but Green wins the race. So Green is winning in this case. Let's see, if he healed and attacked with shield and 2 HP Rider. Yeah, I don't think a 10 HP warrior can 2 HP rider can kill a 9 HP warrior. No, they cannot. Because 2 HP rider does not have enough attack at that point. It'll only do maybe 2 or 3 damage. So they would leave the 9 HP warrior with either 2 or 1 health. So good rate of expansion. You're doing a good job leveling your cities, better than I did on that last game. Let's be honest. So good. The only issue is you're failing to expand and you're letting your opponent get away because you're doing it in Explore, and this one's going to be okay. You're going to get the last bit of information you're going to need, and no more Explorers are going to be needed. The issue is, if we just go back and then we turn off the shared fog, you have a ton of information. Everybody would love to have the information you have in this game. The issue is you're not benefiting from it because you're using slow units to move out, whereas riders can take full advantage of all of this vision that you've given yourself. So you should be trying to train riders, A, to first expand, and then B, get really aggressive against your opponent, because all of your cities can afford you to spam riders for a couple turns, and then with that rider spam, I'm generally an aggressive player, as a heads up. But aggressive play, if done right, is really tough for opponents to be able to deal with. Was this a live game? I do not know, and there's no way for me to know. I actually do wish Mijwani would, or Mijiwan would make it to where there's a lightning bolt here, or not, if it was live, or at least we could see how long it was. No, it was not a live game. And we're going to turn the shared fog on back. So the biggest thing I am seeing from this is you did an excellent job with Explorers. You did fantastic. The only issue is you failed to capitalize on the knowledge with what those Explorers had given you. Because even though you have all that vision and information, you and your opponent are still playing at the exact same speed as each other, whereas you're kind of doing a little skirmish here. You're doing a good job. The Warriors training right here is the correct option. You should be training Warriors here on the front line. But in all of these cities back here, you should be spamming Riders for about a turn or two to really be able to explore all across the map and punish your opponents for not exploring. Because right now, Orange has 12 stars per turn. Green has 18. But in a little bit, we're going to see that that's going to change, where they're going to have the same amount of stuff, but Orange is going to be able to afford better things. Just because they have the extra workshop and are expanding just as fast as Orange is. So we're going to try to avoid pausing too much more, so that way we can get on a little bit more, because we're still got about another hour and a half to 2 hours left on the live stream before we're done for tonight. And after this replay, we are going to go ahead and play a game after, and then we'll do another replay. Ooh, we got another submission. I am Barter. Can you leave a brief description as to what to look out for in the replay, or if you just want general feedback? Because general feedback, I'm definitely going to probably miss some stuff, because notice, so I'm going to jump back to the game in just a moment. So if we end up going too much of general feedback, the replay is going to go by really slowly, like my YouTube videos, which I love giving the feedback, but yeah. So right over here, we ended up missing it, so we're going to go back on this turn. Remember how I was saying that Quetzali can use defenders to siege? This is exactly how they do it. So you use the rider, zip on forward, warrior, get another hit, and then defender goes for the siege. Now green is required to have 4 units minimum just to hit this defender in order to unsiege. But in this case, it's going to require roads. Actually, it's impossible for for green to unsiege right over here. So orange got a very successful. I call it the Quetzali spear. It's because I love this little play of defenders being super aggressive, being able to move forward and siege. And look at this. There's nothing green, because of how this is going, there's nothing green can do to stop this. And if you were right or spamming, you actually would have an option. Because remember in the last game, me versus Barter is Best, when they were playing as Shinji, even though I was constantly being sieged, all of my riders were able to just bop and handle the situation for the longest time. And if I had at least 3 more minutes on that one turn, notice I'm saying 3 minutes. In other words, I did not have enough time. But if I had all the time I needed, that would have been a beautiful turn to just multiple giant push, and then slowly starve them out for the game. But in this case, you do have the option to rider spam, and you're choosing not to. Now, sure, Quetzali likes to play defensively, but sometimes the best defense is an even better offense, which is what orange is doing right over here. Sure, this defender here is being annoying, but orange can just ignore that. They have this village here they're about to claim. They have this village here about to claim. I guarantee you they're going to go for the ruins. Are they? Ruins or village? Oh, they went for the village. Never mind, I'm wrong. I'm actually happy I'm wrong there. But because orange is rider spamming, notice they can't train unit here at their front city Jawas. You know what that means? They're using these 3 stars for units in other cities or expanding their technology. And they're able to use all these units here from this city to get extremely aggressive with you, and that aggression is causing you to lose the city here. So you end up playing very passively. Sure, you got the necessary knowledge that you needed, but orange made the appropriate aggressive plays that they needed to in order to push out the game. Notice, like riders, just riders everywhere that they need to be. So you're going to get a giant. Excellent. You're going to giant push over here. Excellent. Beautiful. Oh, and so I know this wasn't a live game, but we're going to pretend this is a live game just for Wonton to make it a little better, because this is a mistake people make in live games. This monument right here just ate up the location of a sawmill. We're going to pretend that they meant to put it here and they accidentally misclicked. Because, yeah. So just be a little bit mindful, especially when you're not playing live games. Just get in the practice of where's the better place to place monuments. You got a fruit here and a fruit here, so the best place is one of these 2 spaces. But if we're really wanting to go with the maybe, what if this is a mining spot here and a mining spot here? So the best place is put the monument in this location right here. That's also why, for stuff like that, I actually, for live games, have information overload, and I tend to just not place monuments. Because I go, oh, what if I could do something better? And that's just a thing. If I practice more, I'll get better at it, and I know I will. But there's the giant push. And that was the only solution that they had right here. A common inaccuracy. That is absolutely correct. Alright, so the replay we'll be going over last is a general, is going to be just for general causes. So, right over there, Orange is leveling up all their cities. And notice they get to spend a turn, because they have enough military here. They don't care about, they don't care about everything that you have. Now they're being super aggressive over here on this city right over here. And it's just the way they're winning is by being more aggressive, too aggressive for you to be able to deal with. So now they're going to take this city from you, and they're going to keep spamming riders out. Because they have the 3-star minimum, and they can afford riders in all their cities. They can improve their economy over here. Resources, and then what I'm assuming here is rider spam. Yep, so they're building more roads. So they're not going to rider spam everywhere, which is okay. I tend to probably be overzealous with my riders. Yeah. but they've got a good amount of riders. And notice, at this point, like, you have giants, but it takes 10 riders to kill one giant. We're going to count warriors, full health warriors as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're going to go from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have 6 full health units, but with those 6 full health units, they can almost kill one of your giants on their own. So there you go. We're going to go ahead and continue to play without pause at this point. So you're doing a great job. You now have access to the Grand Bazaar, which you're using on this front city over here in order to get a population boost for another giant. That is a good play, but sadly you're unable to create more units. And you don't necessarily need giants right now. You need units. You need riders to be able to fight off your opponent. 2 riders will kill this swordsman. 4 will kill, well, now 5 will kill this defender, but you're going to go ahead and siege it with a giant. But I guarantee you they're going to use a giant in return to push it off. You're going to go ahead and create another city connection. You're going to claim a couple more. And sure, you're getting all these cities. You're getting a whole bunch of resources. But the issue is no units. Yep, so you're going to continue to increase your economy at the expense of your military. And if you've ever played Civilization, everyone knows if you fail to have a military, you get attacked by the AI and lose the game. Alrighty. So Orange, despite having 0 vision for a lack of explorers, shame on you. They now have most of the map, and it's really hard to be able to fight back against an opponent that went extra greedy at the start, that has enough military to deal with that. And if you have enough military on the map, because notice, they have a huge spam of units. When Orange creates giants over here, it's considered a brilliant play for, wow, what are they going to do against this giant? When you create a giant with no other units, that giant might as well be dead. A good rule is a giant is only as good as its supporting units. Now, sometimes those supporting units can be other giants, but in general, a good array of supporting units should be a massive army of riders. I got good Ruin Explorers look. Did we? I mean, at this point, it's really hard to see. I'll take your word for it. At this point, I'm gonna have to take your word for it. Well, no, because your ruin over here was Pops. It wasn't was not an Explorer. We'll take a look at it again in just a moment. We're gonna turn the shared fog off and try to watch this to the end. So, you got a catapult. The issue is the catapult's not defended enough. There are 2 other ruins. I believe you on that. This is a pretty large-ish game of what's going on, so it's easy to move stuff. Doing a couple of good trades. But we got a line of catapults, and these are going to slowly push forward. And then with giants in the front of catapults like this, it's going to be rough to defend that. You do have a line here, however, that you can potentially defend. But just Orange is just in a better position. So at first it looked like Green had the win. Now it looks like Orange has it. Now they're both kind of having a line, and that line is actually pretty well drawn in the center. The issue is I think so. Green has 51 stars per turn. Actually, they're both equal at 51 stars per turn. Wow, okay. But at this point, Orange is being able to be aggressive against it. Whereas, like, this, they trained a catapult here. This catapult, so this warrior is going to walk here onto this mountain, hit the catapult, defender's going to siege. Never mind, I was completely wrong. The swordsman rose out of nowhere. But that's 2 sieges, and if you can siege at this stage of the game, you constantly siege to reduce your opponent's economy and to make it where they're able to train less of the more powerful units. Needs to switch the view in top left. I don't think we both had 51. All right, green's at 42. Okay. Wait, actually, so hold on, orange. Wait, what happened to your economy? Oh, you're doing what I do. You train so many units, but you don't really need much more economy. You have all the economy you need. So just notice, like, they're able to train pretty much units everywhere. If we go back again, most of Orange's cities are almost pop capped because they've been spamming units out the entire time. You don't need that much economy in order to make a super powerful army. It helps, but you don't need it. And then if you make really powerful cities here in the front, and then your opponent takes it from you, because sure, green can unsiege with this catapult, but now this catapult's not moving off of the city. And the issue with that is they're not training more. You're not training more units at this location. And the new possible thing, yeah, just gonna road forward. Oh man, was that a misplay? There's down. Yeah, that was a misplay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Orange. I'm calling you out over here. So you should have moved this rider to this space over here, hit the catapult, and then gone to siege this, or to try to claim this village. Because if you could have claimed this village, yeah, that would have been, that definitely would have spelled it. Because that's the capital right there. Especially on slower games, you should try to figure out where the opponent's capital is as fast as possible. Because it's sort of, the capital's the king. So there's another siege, halting the economy of green, whereas orange is just getting on by with their 40, but they're just slowly leveling everything up. Oh, they're gonna go ahead and make another giant. Pop cap. And then there's another giant. Like with all these catapults, giants, and riders, yeah, no, that's a very terrifying army to deal with. This is a more balanced Quetzali army. I know it has absolutely nothing to do with defenders, but defenders are more of a please don't kill me now unit, and in a very early game can make very aggressive sieges. So I've been ignoring up here in the north. Orange went ahead and went for very greedy. I'm just gonna say greedy. Expansion play. I don't know if there's a whole bunch of trees back here since we weren't paying attention. Let's just assume there were, and they ended up chopping them all. But because of this expansion play, they got another giant out. And their catapults are now just raining, killing down all of greens, and orange now has chivalry. Honestly, with that, the game is going to be over. That's 2 knights, and even if... So we're gonna go ahead and pause the moment it's green's vision. Even though green has full vision about these knights, at this current stage of the game, you really can't properly space your units out to deal with knights. And we're going to see exactly what's about to happen. Who's ready to count the chains? Man, I need like a little counter for a knight chain. I keep doing it, saying I'm going to do that for my videos to make it more exciting whenever a knight chain happens. But yeah, it turns out that's a lot of work, and I literally don't have enough time for that. I would need to get an editor specifically to do that. So the knight is going to rush forward, and oh my goodness, I'm seeing a very large potential knight chain. 1 chain, 2 chain, bop, 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 3 chain. And I'm assuming at this point they're going to just hit level up. Okay, yeah, so they're going to go ahead and siege that. They, jail can go ahead and be unsieged, but look at that. Orange got this village right over here. And I think that's just about it. At this moment, we're just going to go ahead and let the game play out. At the end, no more, because once this city over here is taken, that is it for green. So what ended up going wrong for green? Because we did a lot of talking. Riders were not picked up and utilized well enough early. You focused a lot on your economy, which can be good, but with the early explorer route you were going, you should have been able to capitalize on... you should have been able to capitalize on that vision and raced your opponents to all of these. You could have picked up this village. You could have picked up this village. Or at least you could have fought with riders for these villages all the way up here. Sure, Orange would have gotten this one over here. But if you could have gotten a Wapka, and then you would have gotten these villages over here even faster, that would have just been a snowball effect of once you get all those, you would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you forgot this one, but we're going to pretend you would have gotten this one later. 11 versus they're literally 7 villages. At this point, we're just going to zoom in at this spot right over here, just so that way you can watch the defense of Green's capital. But the game at this point is essentially over. So, Wonton, you played a good game in this one, but you did the right moves to be able to explore and gain information, but you didn't capitalize on it. You didn't train enough of the correct units, because riders work really well with all that vision, because if you're not gonna train riders to just rush forward, you're almost better off going climbing with warriors, which, as everyone kind of knows, is not that great. But at least the warriors would be getting a defensive bonus, and then you'd be getting the same distance based on the movement traveled. So this is a very interesting game where it's just at this point going to be a night spam. It's going to be a couple of trades. Green is going to be able to take Exjaya away from Orange. We're going to be sieging all the way up over here, but these catapults are going to be raining down against this giant, as well as all of these knights. And then slowly these knights are going to starve Green out. So this one was very well played, and I'm going to just go all the way to the beginning really fast, as Orange is trying to say that they got an Explorer Ruin. So we're just going to watch that really fast. You also did have climbing, so you got all that extra vision, but I don't think that was necessarily worth it. So I actually don't remember seeing an Explorer Ruin get claimed. Next workshop. Yeah, so no, well, it was these plays of you workshopped very early on right over here. But you did have... So yeah, you didn't get a... Well, maybe you did get an Explorer from over here. We'll see in a moment. Did you? No, I'm just curious. So this is not going to give an Explorer. It's literally impossible. Did you get an Explorer from this ruin over here? It would have had to have been this one. Nah, turn 11. I'm going to stand by what I said, greedy. Yeah, because you got over here. You went with a workshop as well. Nah, you liar. You lied to me. Alrighty. So at this point, so I guess, do we want to go ahead and do a challenge, or I could just try to find somebody randomly online to play? So, because what I plan on doing is we're going to play one more game, and then we're probably going to do one more review. So if y'all have other reviews y'all want to see, go ahead, submit it. I have a Discord link in the description of the stream. What challenge? Oh, to a live game. So, it'd be might. My preferred settings that I always prefer to play on is, well, it's for this specific scenario, would be small lakes. If y'all want to go ahead and send a challenge to me, you're going to be looking for Tolby. The same thing as the stream name, the same thing as the channel name. Discord, all of that fun stuff. But you're looking for the PC version. The mobile version is also me, but in this case, if we're going to be doing this, it's going to be on the computer. So we're just going to give that just a little bit. I didn't mean it. Hey, but to be fair, that greedy play ended up winning you the game. Because that slight bit extra economy, if you don't get punished for it, then it carries you quite a long way. So we can say greedy, but you can also say a calculated risk. Alrighty, we have Spring and Giants from David Ray of 2004. In this case, we're gonna go ahead and do first come first serve because right now the channel, at least for the live stream, is still pretty small. I actually have no idea how many people are watching. We got 9. You know what? That is a beautiful number. So we're gonna go ahead and accept. Whoever ended up challenging me, do you have a preference? Do you want to keep your tribe hidden? You're allowed to keep your tribe hidden. And if you want, I can end up picking random, but I'm actually going to let the stream decide. So I played Quetzali last time. I felt like I did great. I ended up losing in a very beautiful game. But do we have a tribe that we'd like to see? Let's see. I'd like to see some Omaji play. I can do that. Do we want to see Omaji? I've actually just recently got play Vinegar. Oh man! So one time, what did I do to make you hate me? No, I'm joking. Aquarion. Oh man, I ended up actually playing Aquarion last stream. I actually think I might go with the Omaji. Go with Barter. Okay, Barter is best. So I'm actually thinking, let's see, don't sweat. Let's see. I might end up, ironically, Tridentans and Roads are, no, Tridentans and Roads are insanely overpowered. There are a few, I'm sure a lot of people have been in those games. I used to all the time, but things have gotten too busy, so I'm trying to reduce how many of those massive free-for-all games I'm in, because I would get to a point where I would have a quarter of the map in one of those massive free-for-all games. The issue is they're all set to might. And sure, it's interesting, but when the game's been going on for 2 months, and then I need to spend almost an hour to take my turn, and I am in about 30 to 50 games right now, I can't do that. I'm sorry, friends. And that's why a lot of times when we get really late in those games, I just quit, because I had my fun, but I actually have too much going on. I can't spend an hour to take a turn when I have 30 other games I'm playing. Omaji is fine. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and play as Omaji. The seemingly endless sun-blessed desert is the home of the Omaji tribe. It starts with the writing technology. So oddly enough, I've actually played a lot of, in general, I'll end up clicking either Quetzali or random. That's actually how I end up playing the game a lot, is I play Quetzali or random. And recently I've gotten a lot of Omaji games, so I got a decent amount of practice, and y'all are about to see how I start off an Omaji game. So, David Ray, whenever you are ready, you may start the game. Quetzali is W. Quetzali is the best tribe in the game. It's just, every other tribe is also better. So we're going to go over to this fruit, and then we're going to train a rider, pass the turn. We're going to move this rider first to see if we need to back it up. Most likely not. We're going to move this rider over here, find a village, pass the turn. Best possible Omaji spawn. Not the worst. 3, Okay, we're going to go ahead and pick up organization. And then we're going to claim this village, move this rider over to here, pass the turn. Omaji is an... Believe it or not, I would actually claim Omaji is more aggressive than Venger. You guys can say I'm wrong about that if you want, but from my experience, Omaji is actually a more aggressive tribe than Venger is. So we're going to harvest this fruit. We're going to do this in the lesser stars per turn route, but we're going to give an explorer over. Oh, no! I mean, we got a very important bit of information here. No one can deny that. But that is a massive bummer. Venger is trash. So Venger, when they first came out many years ago, was very interesting because I believed they were, they were the aggressive tribe. They were like, haha, we're gonna rush you. And then they would run in with swords. And it was really cool and exciting. The issue is with Venger is they have absolutely no follow-up. They're only good on tiny maps or massive free-for-alls. So we're going to get a workshop and then move this rider over to here and pass the turn. As we could probably see here, because of the snow tile right in this location, Barter ended up spawning all the way here in the south, and this looks like it's going to be a battle for the lake game. The issue is they're bad. I mean, more or less, yes. They're interesting, but they're terrible. We're going to go over here, we're going to go over here, and I'm actually going to save for a turn. You know what? We're not going to save for a turn. We're going to harvest and get a workshop. Omaji boats, right? Yeah, believe it or not, we're probably going to be picking up sailing very early. So we're going to go ahead and... I have a little bit of time to think. I would love to pick up farming here, but I can't get anything if I do. So we're just going to pick up fishing. We're going to capture. We're going to capture. We're going to fish and level up. We're going to level up this away. Get those resources. And I really am afraid about what's over here. We're going to do another explore. Wow. Okay. Sometimes when I see a lakes game is going to be boat spam, I just resign. I really don't like water combat. You're not wrong. This is honestly not that... In my opinion, it's not a great map. I prefer, in my opinion, in the name, it should be in the name, lakes. A lakes map should be multiple bodies of water, not just a singular body of water. And if you get to that body of water first, you just win. In my opinion, that is very boring. Because water combat is way too one-dimensional. We're going to actually get level 3 here because my economy's not doing so hot. And then we'll be able to go to sailing next turn. Sailing, I'm 24, so 25. Really, I'm 1 star short? Wow, that is a bummer. Why do you pick fruit instead of fish since you need port spots and fruits are nothing really? Because in my head, I wanted the fruit. You're actually probably not wrong about that. I should have gotten the fish because of potential customs house. But in my head, I was like, but what if I want climbing and then there's good minerals? Even though we all know I'm not going climbing here, so you're 100% correct about that. That's a good call out, SLR. Exactly. There's no out moving with water fights. Less. So there is for a little bit, but when you get to the late game, because a lot of people that I train against on Reddit, sometimes they'll get on the water first. I'll have to see if I still have. I'll have to dig through all the people I work with through Reddit, but I can pull up a game where we're gonna build a port here. Why did I do that? I should have saved it. I should have saved it. I got distracted. Where my opponent got onto the water first, and then I ended up slowly coming back for a victory. It also ended up working the other way around, where I got onto the water first, and then my opponent, because of some better plays, was able to fight for that water a little bit better. Ooh, wow. Barter just jumped in points. I guarantee you they got giants. We're also being extremely greedy this game with just 2 riders. We're going to go ahead and fish for stars. And we have 5 minutes, so we can spend a little bit of time to think. I'm about to claim 2 cities. We're going to go ahead and pick up navigation now. It's going to hurt for a turn, but it's better to pick that up now than later. Is it, though? Probably not. See, the worst thing that's probably going to happen is 2 riders are going to show up and siege this city over here. He did you dirty with barter. I mean, you do know most people end up playing barter against me, and then it still ends up being a very close game. I'll always tell new players pick barter, and then I pick Quetzali. And a majority of the time, I'll end up just absolutely destroying them, just because I know a lot more of the game mechanics better than my opponent does. Barter is insane, though. Yes. For the how-to videos, I'm currently working on the script for barter. Specifically because I want to do a Quetzali video, but because of how close Quetzali and barter is, it makes more sense for me to do barter first. The one snow tile on that peninsula just goes from desert to freezing, right? We're just going to pretend that this is really high terrain, but it's not high enough to be classified as a mountain. It's a nice resort spot. Yes, it's a skiing resort. But however, there's like this little like white yeti thing that keeps running around and eating my guys. I prefer it if it would stop, you know? All right. So I'm sure you guys have been enjoying me doing all of the explores, but we're going to do another explore play. There we go. There's barter. We're going to see everything that's going on over here. Why do you have so many points? Oh, wow. You need roads in order for that to be able to do anything. I'm going to train a warrior here. Fishing. Oops, I should have put the port over here. It's okay. It's too late at this point. It's a live game. We're going to train a warrior. And we're going to harvest fruit. Fish. Workshop. And then we're going to train a warrior over here. And we're going to train a warrior over here. But not anywhere else, oddly enough. End the turn. Fish tastes like fish. Let's see. Will you edit streams into vids? No, what I'm probably going to do is just let the streams just go into the live stream playlist, so that way people can watch the entire stream. As time goes on, these streams will definitely get better as we add some more engaging stuff. Oh man, they've got giants. But I'm on the water. That looked like it went on the water. Also, my volume is not high enough, so I actually couldn't hear if it was So we're gonna turn off tribe music, and then we're gonna turn this up a little bit. That's actually too loud. I'm gonna turn it to 45. Alrighty, I'm okay if this ends up being explored. Schwartz. Port. And then fruit. Fun fact, below the ruins is always typically a resource. Or at least that's a general rule I follow. It has yet to let me down, but there's always a first time. I really like the streams, for real. Well, thank you. I actually really appreciate that. We're gonna go over here, and you know what? It's about time we actually pick up our... We're gonna go ahead and move our units like that. And I'm gonna build a port here, just to level this city up. We're gonna do population growth. And then we're gonna get our first giant, because it's actually well past due. Alright, so they have mathematics, which is not really the best play, but they did expand the borders, and which is, in this case, it's a good move. I'm not going to be able to road over here to Gugu. SLR, maybe just re-upload them as videos for the algorithm. I don't remember the last time I watched an old stream. I mean, I do, because Advanced Wars just came out on the Switch, and I actually do end up watching the streams of a couple of people, but I can also understand why not, because it ends up being a long time, but I usually just have them running in the background. What I may end up doing is having a better setup to where, okay, so they're on the water, but I have the initiative. Oh man, there's another giant. We're in danger, because yeah, I have not been fast enough. We're gonna have to... Don't tell me the game just crashed. Nice. Neat. Well, the good news is Polytopia is not intended to be played permanently. So the PC version I find crashes way too often. Luckily, I have such a huge bank of time. So we're gonna get a port here. Oh my gosh. Oh man. So how's everyone doing tonight? I don't know who my opponent is, but you know you're doing this intentionally. Uh-oh. Yeah, one disconnect is okay. So I've lost about a full minute because of that now. So we're gonna try this again, this time with more feeling. When will you stream again? Maybe tomorrow morning, because I had a few people from the European region saying that they really wanted to watch the streams, but it was a bad time. We're gonna upgrade these two ships, because I want to go here. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to go over here, over here. We're going to actually upgrade you to a ship as well to win that initiative. It is impossible for them to road over, so we're just going to move our rider one tile over, and that is all of our movements. I'm in India, and it's 8 a.m. Fine time for me. Okay. Hey, welcome from India. Factory reset your PC in 6 minutes. I actually just got an SSD card, and it took about a week for me to get it working on this. And this PC works so great. It's beautiful. Welcome from Luxador. Hey, from Luxador. Thank you. So we're going to be claiming these ruins and running the ruins roulette. Actually, I'm not going to run the ruins roulette just as of yet. We're going to move this boat over here to reveal this tile, so that way it's not Explorer. Because while Explorers would be nice, an Explorer here would be devastating for me. I'd rather it be resources or a random battleship. We're We're going to be picking up Wailing next turn. Let's see. I think I said this before, but don't remember if you said something. Have you wondered if the viewer base is better on Twitch? No. So you didn't say anything. So Twitch is kind of an iffy spot right now, and I actually was switching over to YouTube. I actually used to stream on a Twitch a lot during college, but when I had to choose between a college degree and a Twitch career, I opted for the degree, which it paid off for 3 years, and then COVID happened, and I haven't been able to land a software development job since. So, yeah. It's just, life's been an adventure. Farming! An avocado! Thanks! We're gonna zippity-doo-dah over to here. Yep, I thought so. I want you to hit that. I want you to upgrade and then shoot that. This is really dumb, but it wins the tempo for now. Oh, goodness. We're gonna get a... 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. We're going to Park of Fortune here. And then fish. I want those whales. Was that a good play? Not really, but I wanted those whales. We're gonna train a warrior here just in case. So, I mean, one of the worst things you could do is turn a warrior ship into a battleship. It's a massive waste of resources because, look, they're going to get a big win over here. But you've got to be kidding me. You're not killing it? My opponent's not killing it. Oh no. Alrighty, I think we all know where this game's going from here. Oh no, don't train catapults. No! I'm gonna punish you. We're gonna be training whaling next turn. And then getting 2 whole stars. Hey, they're doing an excellent job this game. It's just, I don't think they were ready for a Battle of the Lake. You really have to know that the game's going to be all about a lake in order to properly play on it. And if you're not ready for it, it ends up getting kind of one-sided like this one's about to turn into. So we are going to first get whaling like I said I was going to. We're going to get whales. We're going to hunt whales. And that's like all of the whales of the map. That honestly, that play really probably wasn't worth it, but I don't want them doing it because I think they have less cities than I do, and that would have been bad if they got that play. So we're gonna go to here, and then shoot that. We're gonna... Honestly, I'm just gonna turn another thing into a boat. Shoot that. Shoot that. We're gonna go over here. Shoot that. We're gonna go over to here. Actually, not even. We're just gonna go over here. Shoot that. We're gonna go over to here. Shoot that. We're just gonna move this warrior back a space. That's rough, buddy. So, remember when we were like, here's how I play Omaji, and then we ended up training, like, no riders this game? I remember. Yeah, so the giant's been killed. They now have a giant right over here at this city. I actually don't remember the math if a wall over here is good enough. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I don't have. I actually can't giant push over here, not without 4 more kills. Didn't get roads. Riders barely did anything. You may as well have started that tribe with no text, right? But let's just picture this. How much more interesting would this game have been if there was a land bridge just right here in the center? Let's just picture that. How much more exciting would this game have been? Because then it would have been a fight here in the center, probably walling up both of these. And then which lake do you try to go on first? Do you focus the left lake or the right? Because you don't really have the resources to do both. That's just how the game works. I'm trying to spend at least amount of resources right now. So we're just gonna kill that. Kill that. And at this point, we just... Hey, never mind. We got everything we needed. Harvest fruit. Farm. And then we're gonna get... Are you playing someone else after or doing something else? We're probably going to do another game review. I mean, we may leave it up to a vote for now. We're going to go full green over here. I want that dead. I also am going to upgrade this ship just so that way we can kill this warrior. And then move that over there. Cleo, that is my foot. Ow. I love you. Cleo's wanting attention. That's my dog. Oh yeah, we should probably do something with roads. Roads would be interesting. You know what? I completely forget. So we're just going to Gate of Power over here. And then... Whoops. We're going to farm. And population growth. There you go. So we're just going to do that. They're going to siege, but we're going to unsiege next turn. We're going to move you back just to heal, to slowly get health back. We're going to warrior, and we're just going to start a... You know what? We're going to train a rider. Yeah. That'll do it. Do you need another game review, or did someone else post? Someone else did post, but they just wanted a general review, and that's going to be a lot of time to do a review like that. Luxembourg enters the chat. F, no tech. Total misplay. Right? Really? Yeah, I meant to actually build walls over here. I got a little distracted. It's okay. Ow, Cleo. That's my foot. She knows. Alright, so at this point, we need to figure out how we're going to win the game. I need to start playing to close the game out. What we're going to do is we're just going to... We're going to move... I'm going to have you shoot that. You shoot that. And then I want you to go over here, because I want to get vision of that. Shoot. We're gonna go pew. Gonna go over here. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade and probably waste those resources like that. I want you to heal. I want you over here. Ouch. Cleo, that was a really tough bite. We're gonna port just so that way we can get that super unit. Warrior over. At this point, it's time to start the D-Day. Actually, another thing I could consider is... Well, it's a lot of stars. It's too many stars, so we're not going to consider it. But I could get Diplomacy, get Cloaks, and Gutov is prime real estate for Cloaked Siege. However, strategy would still be pretty good for those defenders, but I think we're past the point of needing to fight for the water. The water is ours. We just need to not lose it. We're going to train warriors everywhere just for one more turn. Except for here, we're just going to train a rider. And I'm going to move you up. Pass the turn. Let's see. I never know. For a 15 HP ship, should you hit first with another ship of yours or front the damage with a giant battleship? No. You need to keep your giant battleships as healthy as possible. So you want your giant battleships to take the least amount of damage. Oh, man! That is 2 giant battleships. I have been way too nice this entire time. But we can take Gugu in just a moment. You were saying, right? Oh, man. See, if I had vision here, though, I would have known that. But, hey, it's all good. All right, that's actually really bad for me, though. That is really bad for me. Do I prioritizing sieging Gugu, even though they're just gonna giant push? Yeah, they have plenty to giant push over there, so we're not gonna worry about that. So at this point, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and switch to strategy. We're not going to go with... Oh, shoot. Over here. Zippity-doo-dah. Bop-a-bop-a-bop. Rider. We're just going to recover. I actually don't want anything being worried about over there. So we're going to hit and secure the kill with that there. We're going to go over here, that there. And notice we're not necessarily fighting back at this exact moment. Don't get me wrong, I want to. But the first thing I'm focusing on is we're keeping our giant battleship alive. And I still don't have a port over there. So these guys actually are useless over here. And that, for me, is frustrating. Yeah, no, that is quite a predicament. We're going to have that hit over there. And we're going to have this ship recover. Just to be annoying. So they can probably push through and hit this giant battleship, but the main goal is I don't want them to. If I can get a couple of turns for that giant battleship to heal, I'll be golden. But let's see, the actual next better thing I can consider, yeah, so they're actually going to be able to successfully push forward and kill the giant battleship. So nicely done. My best play is we're going to try to keep their other units off the water. If I can get enough defenders on the water, once I get Aquatism, they won't be able to fight back too much more. But yeah, they've got a lot of units fighting for the water right now. No, they're doing an excellent job. They're going to go with a defender just to prevent me from sieging, which is not terrible. And they're going to get a rider. Interesting. I don't know. This would be a good spot to get a catapult from. Gru Gru. is a pretty good spot for a catapult because it's completely safe, and then you can move the catapult to a position to support the coast. Because you don't want to spam a whole bunch of catapults. You just want to offer peace. Yeah, let's not offer peace. Let's not waste each other's time with that. We're gonna move you over here just to hit that, just to reduce its health ever so slightly. Bop, 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 bop. Need you on the water. Need you on the water. Need you on the water. I'm gonna move you over here. Shoot that. This giant's gonna recover. And port. Defender. Fishing. And in case things go back, port's back here. It's a super unit. Actually, should also consider roads. Defender. And I can't defender up any further. I can actually defender over here once. Alrighty, so those giant battleships are quite a nuisance, but we're gonna use our own stuff to, in a sense, kind of just fight back. Probably going to be picking up Aquatism next turn. And notice we're not attacking with these boats. These boats are actually literally cannon fodder at this point. We're going to move this warrior over here and pass the turn. So we're kind of just trying to prevent them from getting too many other units on the water. Sure, they can use their two giant battleships to kill 2 of my units, but I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then potentially 6 units on the water a turn. Immediately another giant battleship. Okay. Fair enough. And they can get 3, maybe 4 units. So it's, I mean, it's sure it's only a matter of time, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Get Mindbender for heal. You're not wrong. The issue is I can't afford a Mindbender, but that is 100% something I'd like to consider. It's too many stars. And the thing that would be better to get is trade. Trade is more important than Mindbenders right now. Why recover giant isn't it better to always attack for the damage? Sort of. Over here, I needed time. Because I was having boats come over here to slowly start picking it off. For instance, this turn, I can attack for the kill. But if I did it the other way, my city would have been sieged. Move the giant back here. We're going to go ahead and pick up Aquatism, because at this point, it's now going to be costly for them to be attacking my units. There we go. So there's that win on the water that I was looking for. Well, one of them. Second one. I just need more units off the water right now. I need this vision. Yep. Alright, they're getting a lot of units on the water return. There we go. More units, more units, more units. Yeah, this spot's actually really rough for me right now. We're just gonna move these units about over here. So they got these riders to protect. They did a good job having these units to protect. But now that I have Aquatism, if I can keep spamming out these defenders, I'm in a slightly better spot. But the issue is I need to turn these defenders into ships. And then hopefully get another giant. I'm gonna convert this giant into a giant battleship, and it's gonna be paying off for itself. Ah, dang! They picked up Aquatism. All right, I can't actually tell you how well which direction this game's gonna go. They have more at this point. We are now in the. They have more giants on the water than I do, so I actually can't give you a who's gonna win at this point. Dang. And they're doing all the correct stuff when it comes to water combat. They're just leaving all my units weaker. Yep. Oh no, they're actually killing them off. Now the correct thing is reduce all my units to be really low on health. Turn this giant into a battleship. And then forget how much damage this does. 13. Does this do a 2? Excellent. Alright, turn this into a boat. Shoot, it's only 1 damage. Oh, man. Alright, I want that to go bop-a-da-bop-a-da-bop. Yeah, he is holding the line. And I can't do anything about this side over here. So we're just going to start upgrading these ships and start really just going all in at this point. We're going to reduce their star income just a little bit. We're going to run over here, bop-a-bop. And I think that's actually their capital. It is their capital. Well, hopefully they can unsiege that. Oh, man. That's not a thing you want. Alright, we're going to hit their weaker units. Oh, shoot, I already moved this unit? That was not good. Smart of me. I'm gonna move you over there. I'm gonna move you up over here for more defense. And that needs to be cannon fodder. Alright, well, let's see if they can unsiege. If they can't unsiege, that's actually the game. I don't know. Okay, wait. Okay, that's level 4, and then they're gonna build a sawmill right here. Giant push. Okay, but you don't want to leave your capital undefended like that. Meanwhile, but wow, that I actually got nervous for them for a moment. All right, so they're gonna throw everything into this giant battleship. Good. Are you going to try to kill the giant battleship that much more? I don't have enough units on the water. So I forgot who was mentioning it, where when it gets to the water, at this point, I think I'm just feeling that this one is kind of this game's kind of over. I don't know how else I'm going to come back. You should train more defender boats. You're making the same mistake I did. You're not wrong. The issue is my economy's not strong enough. I've been focusing too much on other things than my economy. There are a couple things I could do to fix my economy right now, but, yeah. Let's see. We're going to continue to heal this giant up. It'll probably be a problem for them later. So this giant is going to go ahead and kill off. Do I just attack here? I really want to bring it back, but I don't have a line of units to defend it. I'm going to go ahead and get this free kill over here. Upgrade this to a ship. That doesn't have enough health. We're going to upgrade this to a ship. Run it over here. Shoot that. Just shoot that. We're going to run you all the way back. We're going to try to see if we can get another wave of units going. Because it's looking pretty dicey, not going to lie. Run this over here. At this moment, we're actually going to focus on the kills. Defender. 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 And of course here I am, I'm saying like, I need to improve my economy. And then what do? I just spent a whole turn doing nothing but making military. We're going to go ahead and just have that weakened defender ship hit that boat right there. It looks like a win position if you play well for the next 30 turns. Needs more bopping power. Yeah, so the issue is this giant battleship's most likely dead. Yeah, but now you'll be able to fight him off. Sort of. I kind of will. I don't really have an answer. The issue is I don't really have an answer for these 3 giant battleships. And we're at the point where we're at the late game. Everyone has aquatism. So as long as these three giant battleships are alive, I'm basically dead. I mean, you can, yeah, you just gotta have one of these giant battleships lose health. Because the reason why is battleships have 4.5 defense with aquatism, so they actually do more damage when being attacked. Which is why you want to avoid attacking with giant battleships at full health. You'd rather use a giant, a defender battleship to initiate a fight against a giant battleship in the late game, because your units will just lose too much health. You make more boats, and he's running out of ships. Sort of. He has 2 giant battleships, and he has a better economy than I do. It's one of those where I said it doesn't really matter. Oh, did I forget about this rider? That's silly of me. I did forget about that rider, didn't I? It really comes down to how well everyone... oddly enough, it depends on the naval combat. And the issue is I can't do anything about this over here. This is too much. He makes more stars, but you can outproduce him. Yes and no. Well, I mean... It might not be too late for me to try to spam out giant battleships, but where am I going to get them all? I need roads. I need a couple turns, which I've already lost by spending my turns doing other things. He didn't kill the giant battleship. Why did you not kill my giant battleship, my friend? I'm not your buddy, pal. He's not your buddy. He's not your pal, Flame. I did that wrong. I did that wrong. At this point, this game's dragging on, and I'm getting a little tired. We could build a farm here. A farm here. More pops. It's a little bit more star production. Sadly, it's not good enough. What can I do here? Catapults? I mean, maybe. Well, I can't. Catapults aren't happening for me. If I could get catapults, the issue is there's not really a good spot. I could put one catapult here above Limai to protect this this area right over here. But it's way too easy for them to push boats over to this territory. So catapults are not the answer in this case. So notice, like, sure, I could put units on the water, but these giant battleships, they just hit way too hard. Okay. Interesting. Remember, he is using barter, so you're fighting an uphill battle. Right, I'm fighting a guy using barter when I can't even use riders on this map. You're 100% right about that. So, so we can 100% say that if I lose that game, it's because I was destined to lose. But if I win, it's because I'm that right? That's how that works. Nah, yeah, but So I've got a couple of ideas on what to do. The issue is, like, notice they have more boats on the water. Actually, I think I am going to end up surrendering in 2 turns. Too bad you don't have connection to the capital. You're not wrong. The issue is I need roads, but I need those resources for boats. It's one of those, too many things are going wrong for me right now. We're actually going to get a battleship over here. And then we're just going to bring it on over here. And shoot. We're going to recover. We're going to upgrade this ship into a battleship as well. How much damage? 12. 4? 4. One done. That's one of them killed. Oh, how many more to go? Oh, man. Oh, dang. I do not have the proper resources to deal with this. We're going to move this giant over here. Play Imperious, right? It's just a tribe lose. Yeah, let's just say that. We're going to go ahead and hit that there. We're going to recover that. I'm going to move that over there, move that onto there. The issue is, well, can I hit? Yeah, I can hit that. Yeah, there's nothing else for me to attack. Okay, maybe. Is there something you could have done differently to win? We can take a quick look. The real big thing is I let him get a couple giants on the water over here. And I was focusing a lot here. I don't know. We'll see in the mid game when I had all the boats here and he had nothing. Because I guarantee you there's something I could have done I have a game I got destroyed by Aquarion. You want to review? Sure. So you're wanting to know what you could have done better against an Aquarion? Yeah, we can definitely take a review on that. Just post it on the Discord that I put, and then just say, hey, I got destroyed by an Aquarion. What could I have done differently? Because at least that gives us an idea. And was it like where? Like, give us an idea where things went wrong. Because if you think your early game was great, we'll go a little bit faster through that because we are running out of time. In the stream. SLR, want to add me in play? Oh, cool. Okay. So first things first, we're going to recover that. Move you to the side. Another ship. Another ship. Another ship. We're going to have you hit that there. Secure the kill. Secure the kill. I want this giant on the... Oh, right over here. We're going to train defender. How much damage? 1 to 3? Nope. That's no good for me. Gonna zip all the way over here. We're gonna kill this shipped up boat. Anything else I can kill? Not necessarily. We're gonna recover that. I'm gonna deselect this, and we're gonna fish. We're gonna port in order to get a giant. That giant's been long well overdue. Just to give him another threat to deal with. And we're gonna place a defender here. You know what? We're gonna recover that. And we're going to shoot this giant for 1 whole point of damage. That 1 whole point of damage made a difference in the game. Barter might as well surrender. All right, my general rule is I don't resign unless I know 100% I lost. And the issue is the way this game keeps going, I feel like I still have a chance to win. Well, if they're going to learn from what I'm doing, then the answer is actually no. I actually don't have a... Wait a minute, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you... What the heck was... What? I don't know what that was. Yeah, at this moment... I think we're all safe to say it's a... I'm just going to slowly lose the game at this point. I can drag this one out. Well, I have 7 minutes. Let's discuss. Is there anything I could do? I can get roads right now. Start connecting cities. Well, then if I go for customs houses, I'm just going to lose all my cities in just a couple turns. Diplomacy is cute. It's not going to do anything for me. I'll put you on the water. Defender. We're going to keep healing up this giant because it's keeping him occupied. We're going to gonna upgrade this to a battleship. Oh. Might as well get a free kill. Free kill's a free kill. No, YouTube doesn't like people posting links. That's why I was using the, that's why I have a Discord in the description. If you just go to the Discord that I have posted, there's a specific chat there to say, hey, it's for, replays. I've only got 11 stars left. I'm just gonna spam out multiple defenders, but yeah, there's not really much I can do here. We'll play it out just a tiny bit longer, but I'm pretty certain this game's essentially over. I like how he moves such a weakened ship over. So when it comes to ship combat, it's all about health. Of course, giant battleships have a ton of it, so that's why you want to keep the giant battleships alive. But consider ship combat a giant pool of health. This boat right here, when it dies, it's not going to be able to retaliate. You might as well start healing this boat up and trying to get all of your health back on it, so that way you can fight later. Consider boats like riders, except they can't flee backwards. Yeah, at this point, so they've got 3 giant battleships. We're going to do everyone a favor. David, you played an excellent game. I'm going to go ahead and resign just for the essence of time. Thank you very much. And we're going to take a quick look on what I could have done differently at that mid-game. And then after this, we're going to do one more review, replay review, and then that's going to be, very well played. David, why did you use barter? Hey, I'm perfectly okay with people using barter. It's okay. They were focusing your giant ship. Yeah, they were focusing my last giant battleship. I could continue to fight. I had multiple options at one point, and I went for none of them. We're going to go ahead and close the game because I don't know how to refresh the replays list. Oh, cool. So I clicked to exit the game, so the game crashed. Come on. Thank you. Wow, it won't even let me close it. All right, there we go. The game's so broken, it won't let me close the crash. It won't let me close the game. Alrighty. I usually only play with barter. I mean, barter's an excellent tribe for people to at least start learning with. Once you feel very confident with barter, I always encourage going with other tribes. David, did you finish the game? Oh, the game crashed. Did you finish the game so that way the replay can show up? I at least wanted to go over the mid-game on what I could have done better. Cool, the game crashed again. And then after this, we're going to do one more replay review. I'm actually going a kind of a lot longer than I was intending to by doing this. Because that game ended up going on quite a while. I mean, it was kind of... I was always on the losing end once I lost the middle game. But, there. Let's see. Alrighty. So what could we have done differently? We're gonna... Excuse me. We're gonna kind of zip through. I mean, y'all got to see exactly how I start off with Omaji, and in normal cases, this actually would have worked just great. Where, once you get to this moment, right before you capture, you're going to pick up Organization, because that's going to allow you to basically level up all of your cities in a very beautiful manner. I was hoping to find my opponent by a land bridge, but guess what? There was no land bridge on this map. So... I don't know how quickly David realized it was going to be a Battle for the Lakes map, but you did get on the water very, very late, which, I feel like I definitely would have misplayed since I let you get on the lake when I had such a huge advantage. We'll see in just a moment. I mean, we'll be able to figure it out. So yeah, you're picking up riders. So I don't know why you're picking up riders over here. The rider doesn't really have anywhere to go. I also did pick up a lot of explorers, and in the very late game, if you spam out explorers, you're gonna struggle economically. So I kind of also shot myself in the foot like that, but I really wanted that information. I was really hoping there was some sort of land bridge to get it across, but it ended up being a lakes map. What I really should have done way earlier is gotten roads and then followed by trade. Because if I got trade, this spot right here was a beautiful customs house. This spot right here, because of my expanded borders, also a beautiful customs house. And then I would have had enough economy to actually fight back. That's really probably where everything went wrong. Alrighty, so navigation, gonna be picking up the cities on the edge, a whole bunch of resources, gonna continue to level up. Your tech tree is... Okay, so you have sailing, you're just not on the water yet. If you know it's a lakes map, you should get on the water as soon as possible. I'm just telling you in general stuff. I typically end up winning these lakes maps. Yeah, so we got a beautiful explorer. Got to see really everything I wanted to. Alright, so he got on the water. Excellent. Right where he needs to be. Okay, so he actually got on the water before I did, so I ended up being the slow one. But, that's kind of... I'm gonna say that was an issue with this one. So, 6 versus my 7. Yeah, I had more cities. I really should have won that game. Man, you played that well, David. Population boost. Try to get that giant as quickly as possible. Honestly, good play. Resources. Getting on the water with everything. Alright, and we're about to see the turning point where I had essentially full water control. And it was around that turn after where David ended up making a comeback with his double giant push here on the right side. I don't want to use the term I messed up. I'd rather use the term that David made an excellent comeback, because the double giants over here was honestly beautiful. Alright, so we start off with pretty much naval superiority on this spot. Being able to get the initiative over here, and we're going to be able to kill off all the ships. Going to go with the play to expand the borders and get even more giants out. Excellent stuff right there. So 33 stars per turn versus my 26. This is the turn where I moved my units forward, and then I went, you know what? I wanted to make a giant battleship just so I could kill this ship over here, or the giant warrior ship just so I could kill this free. But then, like, oh shoot, he's already got a giant on the water. You're like, okay, we're going to expand the borders. Turns out, as we can see here, that wasn't super necessary. But I ended up doing it anyways. Plus, it gave me a better customs house spot. So look forward to the customs house later this game. But it's definitely the next turn where I basically... So, not gonna lie, you definitely should have killed the battleship right here. With this giant ship. The sooner you... Because if you killed that, you would have gotten rid of 22 worth of my stars with these 2 units. That would have been more important than moving this boat away. So I made... This is the turn where I made the extremely aggressive play. Like, we're going to get a giant battleship out right over here. And this is the moment where I say I have naval superiority and I should have won this game. What I should have done to be a little bit better in this instance is I needed to actually pivot into roads into trade. Because at this current moment, I'm okay on the water. Even though I don't know it, that, hey, there's a whole bunch of stuff over here and I'm about to be in a lot of trouble. But I have superiority on this segment of the water right over here. That's more than enough to buy me time to say, hey, we're going to hold this chokehold right over here. We're going to win these battles right over here. And I needed to go for roads and then trade. Because sure, there's a chance I could have lost this city. That would have been unfortunate. But if I had superior economy because of trade, build a customs house here, set up over here, another customs house here, set up all over here, get a couple giants, another customs house, I would have been able to pump out battleship after battleship after battleship. But I think I opted for, we're gonna protect this city this turn. Because I end up spending a lot of resources on really nothing. Yeah, so I go over here, we level this up, and I spent all of those resources, and I'm going to argue is I don't know what for. I really don't know what so I had so many stars. This turn I could have gotten roads, next turn I could have gotten customs houses, and I would have been okay. Okay, so I built a ship there because I wanted to get aggressive. I'm being a little too aggressive. I am a very aggressive player, and sometimes it can often be my downfall. Alright, this upgrade over here is okay. It only cost me 2 stars. This upgrade here cost me 5 stars. That's not okay. So I needed to be a little bit less aggressive on this side over here and just upgrade to roads and then a customs house. Because customs house right here, that's 6 more stars immediately, and then it encourages me to level up this city with a port over here, which increases my stars per turn by a lot. Simple customs house over here. Yeah, so that's what I should have done. I had the optimal setup. It was fully defended. I should have gotten customs houses. I know I was kind of joking about maybe going diplomacy to go over here. That's not the correct play. I needed to go customs houses. So there you go. That's what ended up happening with that game right over there. Very well played. You earned that win, David. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do a replay. Quetzali versus Aquarion. And it did not open. We're going to try that again. Cool. Polytopia, you want to do something? Oh, don't tell me when I clicked say, hey, just open up the games always. Cool. Polytopia crashed again. Alright, so what if we try opening the replay without the game open? Will everything work fine? No, it won't. What if I clear the cache? So I clicked the checkbox to say go ahead and just open it anyways. And now it's no longer launching the replay. That is a huge bummer. How do I clear cookies? Settings? Cookies, sites, and permissions. Look, these cookies were delicious. But, allow the following, save your cookies, no sites added, clear on exit. No, I want to see all the cookies. That's a lot of cookies. That's a lot of cookies. I didn't even ask for... What the heck? That one has raisins. Okay, we're just going to get rid of all these cookies because that's just nasty. And we're going to try one more time. Hey! That's really weird. Alright, so we're back in the game. We have Quetzali, the superior tribe, is going to be spawning here in the south versus Aquarion, going to be spawning here in the west. This is going to be played on a small... Nope, this is going to be played on a normal continents map. And we'll see where that goes. Despite having 2 fish, there's no connection to the water anywhere, so we just have a random little lake. I always love to see that. Insert sarcasm here. Quetzali starting off with Defender moving forward, Warrior spawn. Aquarion also starting off with a Warrior, both players having a good spread of units. Aquarion's able to find ruins, and immediately Quetzali gets a claim and a level up for their capital. Poor Quetzali here actually has not so great of a spawn. For their first city they capture and their capital do not share resources. Cleo, I need you to let go. Let go. That's my sock. Okay, you know what? Have my sock. That one's yours. It's yours. There you go. Enjoy. You don't want it now because it's off my foot? Crazy dog. Alrighty. But it will level up your city here in the back. I wish I had better news for you, but yeah, you want to get an Explorer really on this one. Even if we switch to Quetzali's view with shared fog, the reason why I say it's a huge bummer is even though this one is a little bit further away, this one's where your defender is. Your defender is insanely slow and can't defend itself. You need to know if you are about to be having to spawn other units. So this is where the big problem lies. So the defender's going to be moving forward, and you're going to want to use those resources when you meet Aquarion next turn to pick up hunting, so that way you can get a proper explorer to see everything going on. We'll see if that's what they end up doing in general on this map. I don't know. This one's just, it's a really rough spawn. Luckily, Aquarion is slow. They're not going to be able to use their riders very efficiently. So your better bet is to overrun them with riders, archers, or just overrun them early on before they can pick up tridents. Because at this point, you know, okay, it's Aquarion, and you need to explore at cadence. Oh, that's a huge bummer. Finding out that this defender is blocked off by all these mountains, I guarantee you, you're sitting here contemplating you're going to want to pick up climbing. And I'm going to tell you right now, the answer is no. You don't want climbing here. Please tell me you did not pick up climbing. Okay, you opted to hit with the defender. It's interesting, but your defender's better off just doing nothing, because they can just heal with this warrior, and then your defenders are now half dead and only needs 2 more units to kill it. Yeah, so that's exactly what ended up happening. So you're moving forward with your rider, exactly what needs to be done. You've got a decent spawn of units, but your rider is in the wrong spot and was able to be hit by the enemy warrior. Were you able to save up for roads? I mean, technically, yes. You can get roads this turn. I would be opting for I don't know. You're actually in a really tough spot. I'd be opting for roads because A, it allows you to zip your riders in a little bit more safely and aggressively against this Aquarion player. And B, it allows you to road over to your first expansion here on the east in order to level it up to level 3 for that slight bit of extra economy. Plus, you'll be able to get to this village here a little bit faster, and it can support your main front line. The issue is when you're playing against, actually, because here's another thing, is even though you were short by 2 stars, but if you had enough roads, you could have roaded a rider to this village here. It would not have held the siege, but it would have prevented your opponent from a couple of stars per turn, and in the early game, that's a big deal. Gonna go ahead and go with the hunting. That's not a bad call at all, and there you go. You got the explorer that you're needing. Excellent, and now you actually have more vision than the Aquarion does altogether. So, honestly, very good spots. That is exactly where you want to be. The warrior's exactly where it needs to be, and with how everything is, first you're going to want roads in order to get all of your units where they want to be, but when you're ready to consider sieging in 2 turns, you're actually going to want to, on the first turn before, pick up climbing, put your defender here. I know I just said climbing was a bad idea, but that was too early. Now it's okay to put your defender here. It blocks off this entire land bridge, and plus, it sets you up for a very easy Quetzali siege on their city right over here. Putting Aquarion in a very bad position. So honestly, everything is going great right now. You're going to go ahead and level up the city right over here to level 3, get those resources. Going to level this one up to level 2 for a workshop. Excellent. And honestly, you may want to consider level 3 for kites. Your city over here, 2 roads. That'll give you 1 more pop for Chocho. And then another farm over there for the level 3. Done just as it is. Excellent. Honestly, a lot of the things here are going great, but now your defender is blocking off all your units. So, I mean, this is also an okay order as well. Because if you pick up climbing, you can go onto the mountains, bop-a-da-bop-a-da-bop, and then hit, and then your defender can go and siege, but your opponent now has tridents. You are already in a lot of trouble. There are only a few answers for tridents. The issue is tridents, honestly, they are too powerful, but without the power of tridents, Aquarion has nothing. And I'm actually not even joking about that. It's just Aquarion is... It's not... They have no identity. The main identity of Aquarion is tridents and crabs. So that's why all Aquarions, all they can do is just pick up tridents. Because tridents... They attack and move like riders with the range of archers, with the stats of the stronger knights when the game was first released, where they had 15 health. Honestly, tridents are bonkers. They are so strong. Currently signed out? What do you mean? Oh shoot. Don't tell me I accidentally messed stuff up on my stream. Oh man, when I cleared cookies, I accidentally signed out on out of YouTube. Hold on, let's make sure everything's looking fine. 2-step verification. Okay, sure. I mean, thanks for the extra protection. Yes, it's me. Are you signed in? Yes. Alrighty. It's around a month old. Should be fine. No, yeah, no, the replay is perfectly fine. Got back from a shower. What are we doing? We're reviewing one more replay, and then we're going to be getting off for the night. Let's see. So, you have vision. We're going to go ahead and switch to your vision. You know the opponent has at least 1 trident. And this puts you in a terrible position. Your new goal is you need to get to the back line and kill those tridents and prevent them from massing up. If you allow your opponent to get 3 or more tridents, especially on this very narrow choke point, the game is basically over. I hate to sound a little pessimistic like that, but there's not much you can do once your opponent has enough. Luckily, you do have an avenue. Well, it requires you to have climbing, which you don't currently have. But you can pick up climbing. So if you get climbing here, and then you built 2 roads, 1 road here, and then 1 road here to the west, you could use these 3 riders to zip all the way over here onto this mountain, kill this trident, and then zip 1 space over here onto this fruit to see the opponent's capital. Which you'd see would be a trident, but at this point, now you're in the opponent's back line, they're kind of scrambling, and then you're able to spam out a couple more riders, and then finally do the Quetzali Spear as intended. Because your new goal is you need to kill those tridents sooner rather than later. Tridents now I lose. Almost. It almost is like that. But if you're able to create enough, and there's only a few units, which is, lo and behold, riders on land maps, knights on land maps, with the support of riders and archers, those are the only units that you can use against tridents. After that, every other unit is essentially useless, sadly. Catapults, 1 shot by tridents, too slow. Swordsmen, too slow. They get 2 shot by tridents. Defenders, okay, let's not joke about that. Battleships, the battleships with aquatism, oddly enough, are one way, and pretty much one of the only ways you can actually deal with tridents, because tridents take a lot of damage. The issue is battleships are too expensive. They'd have to be a spam of giant battleships. If you're able to get a spam of giant battleships, then you can fight off the tridents on water. But tridents, because they have every ability kind of in the book, they're a little bit too powerful in mass. And the issue that ends up happening over here is you ignore the tridents. And, I mean, it was an okay play. You killed 1 warrior. But now your opponent has 2 tridents. And this trident is now safely in the back. So you can't get to that trident anymore. And you're stuck here. So you're going to go ahead and zip over there. Yep, you go ahead and set up a siege. You might as well increase your economy, which you're actually attempting to do, and you're going to get the Grand Bazaar. And that's going to give you a giant. Okay, that's not bad. The issue is oddly enough, giants aren't that great against tridents. They have to become battleships, and this is not a good map for giant battleships. Your opponent already has water control. If you could get a giant over here on this northeastern ocean, you actually have a chance. Alrighty, and then I think we're all going to kind of watch where this is going. We're going to turn on shared fog, and then we're going to leave it on auto. But at this point, the Aquarion is now going to slowly just mass up their tridents, and they're going to kill off all the units one at a time. There's a siege. It can be unsieged, but the Aquarion army is just getting larger and larger. More tridents. Hey, but you did manage to sneak all the way around here to the north and pick up that village over there. So that's, you know, that is a slight beacon of hope that you have. The issue is, yeah, we're still back to the first page of your opponent has tridents. So how do you beat this? Knights, archers, and riders. Those are all you can really use against tridents, and Polaris gets absolutely destroyed by it. I at first thought that, hey, Polaris with their fortresses could be fine. The issue is his fortresses share the same weakness as catapults. They're too slow, and tridents just zip in. They get the kill. Fortresses don't have enough defense, and then tridents just do what riders do best, which is run in, hit, and then retreat. Run in, bop-a-da-bop-a-bop, retreat. So you go ahead and put a giant on the water. It's not terrible. Aquarion managed to steal the village in the north, and now they're sieging and hitting with all other units and killing your giant ship. So yeah, at this point, you're perfectly fine to surrender. The game is 100% over. Because sure, you could potentially use a lot of resources to unsiege over here. But you already see that, hey, they have all the tridents, so they could easily just kill your giants and then re-siege with another unit. They have multiple units over here to kill off these giants and anything you spawn. So they can spawn camp your capitals. That's pretty much worthless. Talca can create units. Quixis can... Actually, they can't anymore because of this trident over here. So, yeah, you ended up playing a pretty good game. But that one turn right over here, when you were considering the siege of Poid? Poid? I don't know, the name is confusing. This turn right over here, I will definitely say this is the turn that decided the rest of the game. You had the resources to build 2 roads, one over here, and then pick up climbing. By doing so, these 3 riders could have zipped on up to the north, hit this trident, and then kind of zipped on into the back. Now notice, it's a lot easier for me to review games than to play them, especially live. Jermaki. Yeah, no, he's a good player if I recall. I forget, what team is he on? Because he's actually a Polychamps player, right? Pretty certain he's actually a Polychamps player. But, yeah, essentially, you let your opponent get a trident, and sure, they could have had all these warriors blocking you in the front, but you would have had an okay follow-up in the following turn, because tridents have not great defense. Now, we can't select... there we go. Because if we go over here for the trident, 3 attack, 1 defense. So it's the exact same stats of a Polytar, except this Polytar is on a turtle, can go across the ocean, and has a natural movement of 2, but is terrible on land, except for roads are funny, so, yeah, they don't care about that anyways. And they attack like an archer. So, if that helps understand about how to counter tridents, it's basically a Polytar, but with every other possible buff possible. You're a Crop Duster. Hey, I've been considering trying to join Crop Dusters. I'm currently on Plague. I think we're going to try one more season since I got promoted, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I really do think if you were a little bit more aggressive here. Now, remember, I actually play too aggressively from a lot of times, and that usually is my downfall. But if you build a road here... Actually, better yet, you build a road here, you could have used 2 of these riders and then killed it with this warrior, because what is this warrior going to do? Nothing. So use this warrior to kill this trident to create an obstacle for your opponent. That actually probably would have worked better, and then you would have had a lot more healthier riders. If you give me all the time in the world, I can actually play really well. I'm currently in a bad position against Finite and a Quetzalmir, but I'm still actually giving him a run for his money on that game. I'm definitely losing that game, though, but that one... I hate to use the word, it's a spawn... it was a spawn win, but I had a lake preventing me from going towards the center, whereas he was able to go into the center. But I'm trying to use that lake to my advantage and secure it. So if I can secure that lake, then I can turn the game around. But I think because he's noticing that I'm taking my time on my turn, so he's going to take his time. And if you allow everyone to take time on their turns, yeah, whoever has... Finite's an excellent player. He's definitely going to win. But anywho, I think that just about does it. I would love to play another game, but at this point, it's about time for me to get some rest. I have actually been streaming for the past almost 3 hours and 15 minutes. I'm going to apologize to everybody for starting late. Something happened in real life that literally prevented me from going home, so that I had to deal with. So Next time, hopefully next time, life doesn't decide to just give me the big old middle finger and say you thought that you're gonna have a professional stream and a set of schedule and all that. You thought wrong. Um, but yeah, we will break their spirits before. Yeah, so I'm taking a break from a lot of competitive games because I joined the 1v1 league. I joined the Giants League. I'm not gonna lie, the Giants League started off fun for me, but very quickly I found out, oh wait, it's just this one player's gonna win, and because of the way the rules are set up, we're not allowed to quote unquote gang up, even though everyone knows they're gonna win. But we all know that, look, we can't have that. We're trying to avoid that subtle agreement of you can't gang up against the king, which gave them the free win, and they got to decide who won and who didn't. And in my opinion, that is not interesting at all, because when you get to turn 9 and then everyone already knows who's going to win, you're literally at that person's mercy deciding who gets to win in what order. And that's not interesting. The issue is you can't leave because you're trying to not be the last one dead. You're not trying to be the first one dead for points, so I did not find it fun at all. For me, it actually was a very annoying 2 months. Everything I tried, it didn't work because you couldn't gang up against the king. I ended up coming in second place though, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be joining the Giants League again. 1v1 league, I'll do that again later. I want to focus more on streaming and video because I really do want to get back to making more videos. So I'm currently working on a script for Barter, and we're gonna give this live streaming stuff a try. Also, one last thing, how was the video quality? Because I'm still trying a couple more things. I actually plugged my computer in with an Ethernet cable, which is having to stretch between 3 rooms because there's only one Ethernet port in this entire apartment complex, and I'm not setting up my computer in the entrance of the of my living facility. So hopefully the quality was actually pretty good. This game, I didn't see too many people complaining, so I'm going to assume that the quality was excellent. And yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm probably going to go ahead and also stream tomorrow in the morning before I head off to work. Yeah, so I guess we're just going to, like, if anybody has any questions or wants some tips. The video quality was fine. So one thing I've been trying to fix is every now and then the quality would kind of go fuzz and be unnoticeable, and then I would occasionally cut out. So did that happen at all during this stream? Because my phone is basically dead, and I don't know why I wasn't charging it this entire time. So normally I have my phone on in the background so I can kind of watch it and kind of see, like, okay, is it looking okay, is it not? But I ended up not doing that at all. Because if it ended up being fine, we're probably gonna, I may, in a couple of other streams, try disconnect. Because I did change a couple of settings, but I also plugged in the Ethernet cable. So I'm curious if it's the settings that was better or the Ethernet cable. And if it was the Ethernet cable that ended up being the solution, then I'm going to try to improve the video quality of the stream. And instead of being like 600 by 300, I'm going to try to increase it to a more acceptable like 900 where it looks a little more higher quality. Also, I did not realize until I was looking over a couple of stuff going, okay, let's see how this is doing. I apparently have actually crossed the 300 subscriber mark, and that was not even a single goal I had in the first place, so that actually kind of came out of nowhere. And the fact that the How To Yadak video has over 2,000 views, yeah, I'm definitely going to make more. Because if they're going to help 2,000 people, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it. All right, thank you all so much for stopping by. If y'all have any other suggestions on what can be done. Now, I can't always do everything. The first one, of course, I'm going to do is when I set a schedule, I fully intend on being here. I can't tell you how frustrating it was not to be here for 3 hours. But yeah, I guess that's it. I hope you all have a wonderful. Well, for me, it is nearly midnight. So I'm just gonna say I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. But I guess more appropriately, we're just gonna say I hope you all have a wonderful time and good luck in your games. Definitely keep an eye out for some exciting games or for some feedback, and I'd love to review the games for future streams. See you all later.